Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 22 and welcome back to our HAAS career. We're up to round 16, Monza. It's been a little while since we've taken this team out. We've been kind of getting into Williams recently since the patch, and this will be the first time that we've raced with the HAAS team since the patch as well, so it'll be interesting to see how our fortunes change from this point onwards in this career. We can't use some of the same tactics that we had used in the sort of the run up to where we are right now. We won't be able to push the tyres as hard. We won't be able to make the one stop work quite so well. So we're really going to have to be a bit more strategic, I think, with the way that we play this. Right, it's been a little while, so let's get a little overview of exactly where we are. We're currently third in the championship, which is very nice, comfortably ahead of Mercedes, 49 points clear. We take a look at the drivers, 5th for Oscar and 7th for Mick. That's pretty damn good. Lewis Hamilton just nestled in between us there. Looking at the upcoming events on our calendar, obviously we've got the Grand Prix right now. Then we've also got some scouting on Gasly and Alonso about to come good. I do remember that we were trying to re-sign Mick and he turned down our offer. So we'll have to see how that goes. We've also got some sponsorship stuff coming up. New regulation votes announced after the race. We've got some scouting on Jack Crawford coming up as well. I think it might be another young American driver. Let me have a look. Drivers, scouts. Jack Crawford, yes, a young up-and-coming American driver. Okay, so let's see where we are. Do we have any points to spend with our guys? No, we do not. Mick, I don't think he's going to want to talk to us for a while. Yeah, he's still not happy. Plus, it's also a race weekend, so you can't negotiate with people on race weekends. At least, I think you can with free agents, but not with anybody else. Staff-wise, Simone Rester's contract is coming up. We need to replace Aaron Melvin at some point, and we could probably do with replacing our mechanics as well. Have a quick look. Actually, are the engineers that I want available now? How you doing, Dirty Trucker? Oh, was that you who sent me the PayPal? Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you so much. I did wonder who it was. I didn't recognise the name. I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Right, here we go. Hubert's still not interested. Josh is still not. Oh, of course, it's a race weekend. That's why we can't approach them. Alright, we'll try again after the race. Okay, let's have a look at our facilities. Design facility, could really do with getting that upgraded. Start working on a third project. We need 11.5 mil for that. That's not cheap. Staff facilities, our team hub is being upgraded to its final level, as is the race simulator. Don't need to worry about scouting department. Op facilities, everything here is looking pretty healthy. Let's take a look at cars. What are we working on right now? Current project. So we've got just research going on right now, and it's going to be just research for a while by the look of it. The underfloor is going to take over 2 months, and the rear wing is going to take just under 2 months. So it's going to be a while to get any more research done, that's for sure. Performance targets. Let's set some targets for Monza. In fact, I'm actually going to have a look at our previous results because it's been a minute since we were last here with HAAS. So let's see. What did we do? What did we do at Zandvoort? Previous race results. Oh, we won. Oh, of course, yeah. We wanted to reward Mick for his win with the new contract, and then we kind of lowballed it a little bit, and he got very annoyed with us. Fourth place for Oscar as well. What about Spa? Second and seventh. Hungary. Second and fifth. So we can get some really strong results. Second and eighth. Man, Oscar's been on a tear. Fourth and 13th and a lap down. Oh, that was a nightmare for Mick, that race. I remember that one. Okay, I think we're ready to head into Monza then.
Welcome to Life in the Fast Lane. We're here at Monza in Italy, the home of Ferrari. But who will take home the points this weekend? Let's find out as we get started with the Italian Grand Prix. Monza, a centurion among circuits, dripping with motorsport history. Expect to see cars fly by, as 80% of the track is tackled at full throttle. It's not all go, however, and brakes can be prone to overheating through the tight chicanes that Monza has to offer. This is it. We're down to the last few races of the season, and it's time for that final push. Who will be crowned champion at the end of it all? We'll find out soon enough. The weekend begins here.
Okay, so let's have a little look-see. We've got some rain on race day. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be very interesting. Okay, let's start getting things set up. I know Mick's a bit salty with us right now, so we'll give him a day or give him a session to cool off. And we'll put Logan in the car while we try and get it set up. In terms of setup, this is a low downforce circuit, so we're going to be running very low wings. Very low wings indeed. Let's give that a go. For a run plan, let's go 18 laps on the softs. Car parts, let's swap some parts out. Oh, this is our least good engine. Okay. Gearbox and ERS. Can I put one of those in? Yep. We have only got 6 races left after this one, so we can afford to be, well, I say we can afford to be a bit more cavalier with the parts, but we're only one big crash away from wiping out an entire set of components again, so we'll still play as though we are, or still set the cars up as though we are conserving parts as much as possible, because you just never know. Something horrible could happen. Wouldn't be the first time. Right, Oscar. Let's get Oscar's car set. So, Oscar, I'm going to also go with just the double soft run to start, until I can get that setup kind of dialed in a little bit. Stick with that ERS module, put in that gearbox, and let's set this car up. So we'll go a slightly different front wing angle. I'm going to go all the way to the left with the rear wing again, all the way to the right with the roll bar, and we'll go slightly higher on the toe. Let's give that a try.
Radio check. Radio check. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3,
So Logan takes the track in what could be the first of many runs in the final few races, depending on how quickly Mick calms down and is willing to negotiate with us again. You got a 1-2 at Mercedes, very nice, at Monaco. With Monaco, you can kind of get away with staying out in full wets as well because it is so hard to overtake. There's just a couple of places where you've got to be wary of not getting the traction, but nice, very good. Right, let's speed time up a little bit. Done these run plans here, or at least I have for Oscar anyway. He's going to be out a bit longer. No, Logan's going to be out a bit longer, but I've underdone Oscar, so let's start saving some fuel as well. How you doing, Marcel?
Sounds like someone's gone right there.
Managed to get some confidence feedback from these guys. 92% for Logan, very nice. And 90. I thought we got 100 for a second then. 97% for Oscar, very nice. Okay, so let's call.
How's the balance?
Oscar in because he's pretty much out of fuel now. Oh wow, we are really close. Just need to change the tyre camber a little bit for the cornering. Which way do I go? Which way do I go? Let's go left. And pull the toe in a touch to compensate. Losing the front wing a little bit. Let's push that back a touch. Recompensate that way. Okay, that might be good. We'll keep the same tyres on. We'll change the run plan up a little bit. There we go. Let's call Logan in. You think they need to look at it as about the tyres because it was easier.
Sounds like there's been contact.
After they went in for green tyres and 2 laps later they went back in for full wets. Yeah, they do need to work on tweaking it, but it is a big improvement though. I mean, the fact that they actually have to come near, they do choose to come in for inters now when it gets below that point, and that you have to really if you want to stay competitive. Monaco's a bit of an outlier. Like I said, it's one of those tracks where it's really hard to overtake, and if you get stuck behind slower cars, you lose so much time there. So Monaco's a bit of an outlier, but if that happened at say Monza, you'd have felt that staying out those extra few laps. Because your pace would have dropped right off, so you would not have pulled away or been able to hold your lead as effectively.
Going down the pit lane.
Copy.
Of course, it helps that you're in a super competitive car as well. Right, let's take a look at Logan's car. This one needs a little bit more work. So I need to change the roll bar. got to be a 2.8. It can't go any worse than a 1.9. Well, then, yeah, actually, no. Thinking about it. Yeah, there we go. Pull that back in a touch. That's a bit too much. Fiddly, fiddly, fiddly. That's not enough. It's got to be this way. Is that enough of a change on the cornering? It might be. I'll go do the braking. Yeah, that works. Okay, let's give that a go. Run plan, 18 laps, good. How you doing, JVS? This game's doing your head in since the update. We've got Alpine in 5th so far. Gasly on 74 points, Ocon on 11 points. Wow, Ocon's really struggling. You're just struggling with the car setup a lot. It depends how you're approaching the car setup. If you're approaching it in the sense that you're trying to do it as based on how a real F1 car would be set up, that can throw you off a little bit. It's more about paying attention to the sliding, the bars that the sliders slot into. And with each successful run that you do shrink the size of those bars a little bit. You just have to be very wary of what you move as well, because they do interact in different ways. You can have a rear wing on 8, and then it can be optimal, and then you can change something else which drastically affects your wing position, and then push the wing all the way up to 10, and put it back on that optimal bar, but it can then break the front wing and not be optimal anymore. So they can, the target locations can move around a little bit depending on what you're doing to other parts of the setup. So it is a good idea to write down your setups, your final setups for each car, for each race. So you've got a starting point for the next time you go there, or the next, either the next season or the next career that you do. And then you've got a starting point, and it won't necessarily be the same. Sometimes you can get very, very close, as we've seen with our Williams file. Sometimes, again, as you've seen with our Williams file, you can be quite a way off using a previous setup. It's no guarantee that it's going to work. But it will give you a base idea. There are some constants that do carry across, though. Monaco is very high downforce. So you want wings pretty much up to the maximum, front and rear. Monza here is a very fast circuit. You want extremely low downforce, so you want wings almost completely across to the left at their lowest values. Those constants do kind of carry across, and those general principles will kind of carry across through most circuits, but it's not exact. And the setups can be randomly generated a little bit. So yeah, it's just kind of playing about, trial and error, and try not to change too many things between each run as well. So just try and focus on changing 1 or 2 values if you've got lots that need to be changed. If you've got everything that is a big hot mess, then yeah, you have to make some pretty drastic changes. But when you find something that's good in a couple of areas or bad in a couple of areas and great in a couple of areas, then you want to just make minute changes to the greats, but bigger changes to the other values. So I say generally, if you've got something optimal, obviously you want to try and keep it exactly where it is. If you've got something that is great, you want to keep it within a click or 2 at most of where it is at that point. If it's good, you want to be 3 or 4 clicks away maybe, and if it's bad, you want to have a nice big gap between your old value and the one you're setting it up for. but you try and focus on making the changes that are the most important changes and making minimal changes to the stuff that's decent. So if you've got bads and you've got goods and you've got greats, you want to try and keep the greats where they are. The goods you can play about with a little bit. You want to make massive changes to the bads and focus on the bads first, and then start working on whatever needs the most attention after the next round of setups as well. It just takes practice. Best setup was 97 with Gasly and Ocon. 88. That's not too bad. I mean, you don't need to hit 100%. This is the thing that a lot of people kind of trip themselves up on as well. And I do it myself sometimes as well, chasing the 100. And sometimes you can chase it so much that you actually make the car worse. And you just keep moving further and further away. You just can't quite see it. And you chase the unattainable. You only need to have, as long as you get your track knowledge up to 100 and you get your car part knowledge up to 100, you don't necessarily need to get 100 on your car setup to get the maximum bonus. It helps, but having it in the high 90s will definitely be fine. Absolutely fine. And at the end of the day, if you only get 14 out of 15, it's not affecting the car's performance. This is what you have to remember as well with the car setups. Chasing that 100% does absolutely nothing to the car itself. What it does do is it determines how many points are going to carry across your driver bonus. And so your driver has baseline stats for every race, and then your driver bonus, 9 points of which is made up from the car setup, 3 from his track knowledge, 3 from his car part knowledge, and 3 from
understood.
Something else.
Okay,
I'm not sure what the 3's from. They are what add up to give you a possible 15-point bonus, which is then distributed 3 points across 5 different stats. Your accuracy, your control, your adaptability, your braking, and your cornering. Once you've got those boosts in, so you can see here, I'll just tweak that on the far right hand side. You can see my performance bonus is currently at 13 out of 15. That's based on my setup confidence, my car parts knowledge, my track acclimatization. Because that's not at 100%, that's why I'm not at 15 out of 15. But if my track knowledge was at 100% and my setup confidence wasn't quite as high, then I could still get a 14 or maybe even a 15 without necessarily hitting 100% setup confidence. You know, you're boosting your driver's ability to get the most out of his car that weekend, rather than affecting the car itself, if that makes sense. That's about the best way I can describe it. Going to send him out for an extra 6 laps. Just for the extra track knowledge. Where is Logan? There's Logan. Let's get Logan in the garage. Logan's at 96%. Have I gone backwards slightly on Logan's car? No, I think I've improved. Oscar's was at 97. Okay, so I need to change just the braking. So for that, I need to look at primarily just moving the toe. I'm going to go that way with the toe. I'm not going to have time to really run again, so I'm just going to change the run plan just so I can make this change now. And then that'll be the car kind of set, hopefully, and prepped ready for Mick for session 2. Wow, the Williams are really off the pace. They're half a second slower than the Astons and the McLarens. That's not good. We've got some penalties. Tsunoda and Bottas and Albon all have penalties. So here is what I was talking about, the performance bonus. So track acclimatization makes up 3 points. Car part sets up 3 points. You get 9 points from your setup there. That's car parts is 3 points. Setup is 9 points. So that there is your 15 points. And so you can see what's getting boosted there. So control, accuracy, cornering, braking, reactions, all getting, you know, up to 3 points each. At the moment, everything's got 3 except for its braking and its reactions. So the last 2 points that I get will be a boost to braking and a boost to reactions, and push those up to 88 and 77. And that's what, you know, nailing your car setup does. It does nothing to the car itself. It's your driver's ability to drive the car to its maximum, or to get even more out of the car than would normally be possible. Right, so we changed that setup. We got that all kind of set up and ready for him. So let's go with a set of hard tyres, and I'm going to go, which is a pretty quick lap, I'm going to go for a 48 lap run. That should be enough to cover the whole session, because we want to get his track time up as much as possible, get that track knowledge as high as we can. Oscar's car is 100%, so we'll do the same with him. I want to get that track acclimatization dialed in, but I also don't want to spend too long on track, because I do want to run him briefly in the third session as well. Make sure he gets the XP boost for running in half of the sessions, for all 3 sessions. So let's go into session 2.
Radio check.
Radio check.
Let's get Mick straight out. Oscar's going to be quicker. I should have sent Oscar out first. Oscar's running a lot less fuel. Alright, we can just get Mick to move out of the way when he catches him. There we go. So we can get a big old spike on setup confidence, sorry, on track acclimatization here for Mick. As you can see, this should get him up to 60 odd %, if not higher. We have a multiple car crash. Let's take a look. It's a penalty. Vettel is out. Who hit
Sounds
Vettel?
like a few cars have crashed. Let's take a
It's
closer
one of
look.
the
Now
one of
just
the
take a
Mercedes.
look at the McLaren.
It's Norris. Oh, that's a big lock up.
There's the collision. It's caused absolute...
That's a bad one. Norris is still going though.
Did somebody spin out there?
Tell you what, that is a huge blow to Vettel's weekend prep. To go out right at the beginning of the second session. He's going to lose almost an entire hour's worth of runtime there. What are my thoughts on this weekend's Grand Prix? Interesting. Rare error from Max with the big lockup. Don't see that very often. It was a huge lockup, actually. Completely destroyed those tyres. Pretty brand new tyres as well. You'd only had them on a few laps. And that car is just so good at the moment. Alright, so we improved by 1% on mixed car. We're going to leave him out for the full session. Get him that track time. So we'll make changes at the end. Yeah, it was a strange race. I feel a little sorry for Hamilton. He had a chance this weekend. Oh, Piastri's had a wobble. Did he put it into the wall? No. Good.
That's a spin!
I'd like to see Hamilton get a pole position and a win this season. I think that was probably his best chance of that happening. I just can't see Mercedes getting close to Red Bull again. I feel sorry a little bit for Alonso as well. His 350th Grand Prix and his engine just went nope. And then obviously the same thing happened to Ocon a little bit later. Bit of a shame. Good job for McLaren though, 4th and 5th. It's not the first time I've seen a Singapore race run out of laps. It's always touch and go every year, because Grand Prix are 2 hours or 200 miles, I think. You know, that's the limit. And most Grand Prix tend to be about an hour and 30, an hour and 40 minutes. But Singapore is just, it's always one of those circuits where you're almost guaranteed a safety car. It's a long circuit. You know, it's a long lap time. And it's a high number of laps as well. I think they've actually reduced the number of laps slightly from previous events, but even so, it's still, you get a safety car or two and you start running close to the time limit. And in the end we didn't lose that many laps, but yeah, it's kind of a regular thing, unfortunately, at Singapore. There we go. Session over. We got Mick up to 62%. Very nice. Let's take a look.
Thank you for joining us here today. Once practice is over, qualifying will be underway.
Seems daft to run GPs around the monsoon season. Well, it's the coolest time. I think it's the coolest time of the year that they could put it into the calendar. So, you know, they do what they have to do. Right. I did break the car ever so slightly with that little tweak. Okay, so let's go. That was best, but it was optimal. I'm going to give that a go. I don't know if that's going to do it, but we'll give it a go. Compound, let's go medium. And 17 lap run. No, 18 laps. No, wait, hang on. It's Monza, 25 laps. Car setup's done, driving options, Oscar. Oscar's going to need to run for 38 laps. And then we can call him in early if we need to. How you doing, Matthew? Right, ready for the final practice. Okay, now that is interesting. Why is Mick getting a much faster acceleration curve on his track knowledge compared to Oscar? That is odd. Is that right? Is it broken? It's broken. Yeah, there we go. I thought it was a bit wonky. It's going to be interesting to see how our car does in the wet. I mean, it's a pretty quick car, but gearbox just dipped under 40% for Oscar's car. We got great confidence for Mick. He's at 95. We've gone backwards on Mick's car. This is the tricky thing. Let's call him in. This is where you get into that little loop where you start chasing the setup when you don't necessarily need to. Okay, so we've got the optimal back on that. So it's the braking that's wrong, and I'm going to put the braking... Gotta be careful how I do this so I don't mess up the camber again. Let's pull that back there. That's going to break the front wing and possibly the traction. If I pull it back that way. So close. Alright, well, we've got a 97, so we'll roll the dice on this, and if it doesn't work, we can roll back to the 97. So let's just set the car back up. This will, at the very least, give us 100% track knowledge for Mick. How close is Oscar to running out of fuel? Oh, he's got loads.
Keep focus.
Copy.
Mick's had a wobble. That's not good. That's going to slow
Who's
down his
running
growth
wide
project. We might not get him up to 100% now. No, we should still make it, just. We'll be close, though. Should get there right at the end of his run. Always wonder why there isn't at least one crash in the castle section in Baku. It's not a place where people crash that often. Plus, it's pretty much a guaranteed red flag. And I think it's, while it's an option that's there, they don't want it to necessarily dominate races. I had a race at Canada the other day where I had 3 red flags. It made the race kind of a bit weird. Oh, there we go. Look, we got 100% on everything for Mick. We got it in the end. So let's call him in. How you doing, Mr. Water? What's everyone's thoughts on the whole spending cap story? I'm going to reiterate what I said on Friday, and that's, you know, it's easy to speculate when you only have a few facts, but we don't even have facts, we just have speculation right now. So I'm going to wait for the results to come out, and then we can go from there. We can discuss everything that's going to happen based on, well, you know, potential penalties and stuff based on any breaches, if there are any breaches. Okay, we have heavy rain for the race. So this is going to be the fastest our cars go all weekend. Let's put in a really good engine because it's Monza. So I've got one here that's at 96 and one at 100. There we go. We'll take the... Oh, hang on. If that's at 100, is that a penalty? That might be a penalty. Why do we have another brand new engine? Put in a good ERS unit. Just needs to be above 40%. Gearbox. Let's put in a good gearbox. Is that 100 as well? That is 100. Was I planning on taking penalties here? It's been so long, I can't remember. Did I see the highlights in Singapore? Yes, I did, yeah. We were just discussing that before you joined the chat. I think those are penalty parts, if I put those in the car. We'll see. That's 83, so I want this one, which is at 93. ERS is 59. That's good enough. Gearbox, definitely want a better gearbox. That one's at 99, that'll do. Take off the cooldown lap. Okay. Yeah, that must be penalties that I was going to apply to Mick. Just thinking of the races we've got coming up. We've got Singapore next. Then Suzuka, Kota, Mexico, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi. So, do I even really need to use these replacement parts? I don't know why I bought them. Let's hang on to them just in case. I think I might have bought them as a just in case. So we'll go with those parts. Yeah, there we go. That'll be good enough for Mick.
Ready to check.
Perez is slightly underrated. Well, the problem is that the direction that Red Bull have gone with their car has made it great for Max, but it's not so great for Oscar. I mean, they haven't developed a car specifically for Max because you can't really do that, but they have kind of, the way that the development has gone has definitely favoured Max over Sergio. Or at least where the car has ended up. Right, let's see how our boys can do. It looks like they've got clean runs. Luckily, traffic isn't too much of an issue on this circuit when you're out qualifying. And Piastri again, look how close he is to Sainz. Is that genuine pace though? Is he really that close? Verstappen's gone through. I didn't see him getting held up. Alonso had a clean lap and we are faster than Alonso. Okay, let's see what Charles Leclerc can do. Don't think he was compromised. Yeah, we really are that fast. Okay. It's been a while since we've been with HAAS, so I'm not going to send them out again. There's no point. We'll just sit in the pits, save the wear and tear. We've got enough of a margin. Fifth and seventh. That'll do. Bottas is a penalty, so that's fifth and sixth, assuming that that's how it'll stay. Oh, excuse me. Oh dear, that was a bad one. We're only a tenth off Sergio, but he might go a bit faster. Bottas, well, Mick, look, that thousandth of a second difference to Bottas. So Bottas's penalty might not even come into play. Mick might outqualify Bottas anyway. But certainly not having him right up there is going to help, come race time. One less car to get in the way. So let's get run on scrubs out of the way, and we can go out on a fresh set if we need to. Again, maybe a potential bit of traffic, but we do look pretty close, and we're within 13 thousandths of a second of Perez this time. And that was on scrubs. Prep the cars for a second run, just in case. think Russell definitely got held up. But I think Hamilton's pace is genuine. I think that's pretty much where the Mercedes is this weekend. Interesting. I don't think soft tyres are going to be an issue. It's a heavy wet race, so we don't need to worry too much about saving tyres. So we're going to send both cars out for a run on fresh tyres. You tend to use mediums in Q1 if you know you can make it to Q2 and Q3. I saved the mediums for the race. You know, then I've got 2 brand new sets of mediums for the race. You know, I find if you know you're going to make it through, just do a single run in Q1, and then use that run. Use those same tyres at the start of Q2, and if you're not sure whether you've got enough pace, maybe stick on a fresh set. But if not, you know, use these scrubs to get you through. We probably don't need to do this run, but I'm doing it just because I don't have to worry about tyres for the race because it's a very wet race. And I'll still have at least 1 brand new set of softs. And there we go. 5th and 6th, we did beat Bottas. This time by 600ths of a second. We are again about a 10th off the Red Bull of Sergio. That's pretty good to see. Looking at our pace as well, we might have an outside chance of getting 4th, but I think realistically we're looking at 5th and 6th again. Where's Yuki? I don't know, let's have a look. Yuki is in 12th and he has a grid penalty as well. Oh, that's practice 1. Yuki is in 15th with a grid penalty. Unfortunately, I don't know how many places that penalty is or what it's for. I don't know if it's for a collision or if it's for component change. The game needs to do a better job of telling us that. You go with Christian Horner on this. You don't believe there are any, there's anything to answer, considering all accounts have already been submitted in March. Well, it's not necessarily the case. I mean, based on the numbers, you know, a 5% overspend for a team like Red Bull could equate to around $7 million, which is a lot of development. An awful lot of development. So, assuming that it is a breach of around that much, then that will have had an impact on last season and potentially this season as well, depending on where that development was put. Yeah, if 2 drivers get the same time, then you end up, whoever sets the time first gets the position. There was, I'm trying to remember which race it was. Was it Jerez? It was in 97, I believe. 97 or 98, I think it was 97, and you had 3 drivers set an exact, you know, an identical time for pole position. It was bizarre. I've never seen that before. I forget which race it was, but I'm pretty sure it was in 97, because it was Frentzen. I think it was Frentzen, Villeneuve, and Schumacher with the 3 drivers. I just can't remember what circuit it was. We are 5th and 6th. We're not going to catch Perez. I'm just going to sit in the garage. If Bottas gets us, it doesn't matter because he's got a penalty. He's going to drop him down anyway. Alonso's too slow to catch us. And we can't quite catch Perez. We just don't quite have his pace. And there we go. No changes. Everyone stays exactly where they were. Oh, I see what you mean about second. Yeah, no, it was the same time. Oh, no, they did, yeah. They both got exactly the same time. So Norris would have hit the time first, and then it's the same time there. Oh, no, it's not. It's 6:29, not 2:69. I thought that would have been a bit weird. Yeah, Lando would have set that time first. So he would have. That's why he was ahead of Yuki.
The grid is packed and there's electricity in the air. But there's no surprises in that. It's race day.
HAAS proved quite resourceful during qualifying. That puts them in a very good position to make the most of this race start. It was a pleasure to watch Red Bull's excellent performance during qualifying. Their drivers will now be looking ahead to the race itself and hoping to capitalize. And the sun is shining bright here today. This is perfect weather for teams and drivers alike to show us what they're capable of.
Well, one thing we do know, and Monza is ready for it.
Perfect weather. We've got heavy rain on the forecast. Okay, so when's the rain coming? So just to reiterate penalties, we've got Yuki and Bottas and Albon all with penalties, according to P1. Let's have a look at after qualifying with anyone else added in there. Tsunoda has a penalty as well. So we've got 4 drivers on penalties. They're all near the back of the grid in terms of these ones here. So it's just where Bottas is going to end up. In terms of sponsors, we didn't set any guarantees. Oh, damn it, didn't do any targets. Must have forgotten to do that. Do I think I can gain positions? No. Potentially, but I don't want to take the risk. It's Monza. If ever there's a circuit where we're going to struggle to keep up the top drivers, it's going to be here. So let's have a look. When's that rain coming? Around lap 15, 16. It's going to start off looking like inter weather, and then go to full wets. Maybe dip down to inters again. Then dip back to full wets. This could be a lot of yo-yoing in and out of the pits on this one. Let's start with a set of softs. Oops. We want to pit on lap 16 for a set of inters. And then we want to pit, by the look of it, we want to pit for a set of full wets around about lap 27. Potentially we want to pit for another set of inters. This is going to be a multiple stop strategy. It's going to be bonkers. And I've got to recreate this for Piastri as well. I'm going to be looking at pitting maybe again around about lap 35. And then dear, another set of wets, probably around about lap 42, and then it'll be inters after that, all the way to the end. So yeah, that's a bit of a bonkers strategy there. We'll see if that comes to pass. So we can go ahead and just delete these other strategies because they are no use to us whatsoever. I've got to do the same for Oscar now, so we'll get rid of that. Get rid of that. So we want to be pitting About lap 16, pitting onto inters, then full wets, then inters, then full wets, and then back onto inters again. So full wets we want to pit. Let's go to lap 27 on that one. Lap 35. There we go. So, yeah, another monstrosity of a, of a strategy. That's going to be absolutely mental. In terms of fuel, we are going to burn a lot of fuel, but we're also going to save some fuel as well in the conditions. I'm just going to throw in one extra lap. Driving conditions, I'm just going to go full attack at the start. I'm going to save the ERS until we get through the chicane at the start, because that would just be a waste if we're not getting past anybody before that chicane. 54 laps, full attack. And just in case the game crashes, because it's a pain to set those strategies up, I am going to save pain and hassle of setting those strategies back up again. We should be good. And again, it's been very stable since our first week when we streamed. With that that crash at Adelaide, where the game just froze on me, and it's been fine pretty much since then. So, but you never know. It's better safe than sorry.
We have beautiful blue skies.
Don't do what I did in
overhead
Miami in your
as the
Williams
drivers
grid. No,
line
yeah,
up on the
I'm
grid.
yeah. I'm definitely going to
Let's
be
take a look
paying
at
attention.
HAAS. Not as close to the front as they might have wished for, but we know the race order can change a lot during those first few corners. And it's Schumacher as the second driver today. With a top 10 position on the grid, this race could really go either way for them. Everything's been building to this. Here we go. It's the Italian Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
Plus, don't forget, this is our HAAS playthrough, so this is our real-time racing series. We won't be speeding time up on this. It'll be like this all the way through. Good start for Mick. Looks like he's about to jump Piastri. Here he goes. Okay, now we're going to throw it into overtake. Actually, let's not do that with Oscar just yet. Let's keep him in neutral. What are the tyres of everyone? It's Monza, so it should pretty much all be on softs. Oh no, there's some medium runners in there as well. I was expecting a lot more soft runners, especially at the front. Interesting. I can't push very hard like this for very long with these tyres. I need them to still be competitive-ish when we get to the rain. Mick has first crack. She's going to calm the tyres down already, just a little bit. Vettel and Verstappen battling away. Mick trying to have a little look at the inside of Perez. Can we get a run through the Lesmos? Oh, we're right on him here. Can we get him into Ascari? I just don't have the pace, look. Alright, let's back him off. We'll wait for DRS. Even then, that's still going to be tricky because Perez is getting the DRS from Sainz.
DRS enabled.
I'd much rather the drivers were the other way round, but if I swap them, I'm potentially risking Schumacher dropping out of the train. I don't want that at all. Let's see, there's got to be a better way we can do this. Let's try driving in clean air. Right. That's not working. Let's try it here. Please don't drop out the back of the queue.
Oh, big lock up there.
Oh, big lock up for Russell.
Let's see what happened there. Now let's
Where
look
is
at
Russell?
this. Here's George Russell. They've locked
Oh,
up, but
yeah,
that could have
that's a
been
very
much
bad lock
worse.
up and a very bad animation there.
That's
Can't just
going to be a
pivot 90
big blow
degrees.
to the team. Will they be able to recover? We'll see.
Russell is last now as a result. Yeah, Mick has dropped off the back that I was worried about. Someone else is locked up. Oh, wow! Bottas going backwards. That's a big crash. What the hell happened there?
Contact on the track. Here's the replay.
Where the hell did
Now watch
Bottas come
this.
from?
Here's Alonso's car.
Oh, man.
That's a big smash. They'll have felt that.
Just saw Bottas sliding in front of Mick there. I was like, where the hell did that car
really
come from?
disappointed with that. Let's hope it does.
Is that going to bring out a safety car? Nope, just a yellow flag. And
been a
Mick
crash.
has dropped off the back of the DRS, which is what I really didn't want to happen, because he's just going to get left dead now. Let's push his tyres as well. But I don't think I'm getting back in that DRS. I've got no battery left to fight with.
Yeah, okay.
Let's up. Actually, no, I can't really up the pace on the tyres. Let's go with some deployment.
No overtake.
Copy.
Load push.
Yep.
Can I close back up under braking here? I'm lucky that it's the Ferraris at front that have the medium tyres. If it was the soft runners at the front, I'd be in real trouble. Yeah, Mick's not getting back on that queue, so let's just get Mick recharged.
Charge on, charge on.
Copy.
He's got a little gap to Gasly, so hopefully he'll be okay. Oscar's not getting past here, but maybe I can get past coming out of Ascari, heading down towards the Parabolica. Going around the outside is never good, and we just haven't got the pace. Haven't got the straight line speed. We pull out the slipstream to make the move, and then we just drop back. Last attempt. Can we get him into the chicane? No, he's got it covered. Okay, so let's save the battery. Probably have to push the tyres, and I really don't want to do that. Not with Oscar. He still eats tyres for breakfast. I could get Paul Scher in this career as well. Yep, not doing that. I'm already using him in the Williams career. I've got Logan as my reserve driver. The whole point of hiring Logan was to have an American driver in an American team. So we're going to stick with that battle plan. They just may get promoted up a little bit earlier than planned. Right, so it's actually... we might get Perez here.
Mode push.
Copy.
Let's deploy out of the chicane. We got him.
Good job, that's one.
Let's try and harvest a little bit of battery.
Charge on.
Yeah, copy.
Is that a new race position for HAAS?
And all of a sudden we're all over the back of Verstappen as well. Mick's already 5 seconds behind this flight after just a few laps. This is exactly what I was hoping wouldn't happen, him getting isolated like that. I really didn't want to do the driver, move out the way kind of thing. Probably did it at the wrong point of the track. This is crazy battling. Yes, it is. This is intense. I'm just waiting for the mistake that's going to wipe out half this little train here. One lockup could take out multiple cars in this little group here. And it could either happen here or the next chicane, if it's going to happen. Alright, we're dropping back a little bit. Turn the charge off.
Copy.
Just till I can get right back on the gearboxes again. Just right on board with Oscar for a little bit. Mick is ready to go into neutral. Let's do that now.
Modways.
Copy.
Okay, let's get a nice big boost of charge. Braking here.
Charge on.
Copy.
Charge off.
Copy.
We're losing so much time on the acceleration. That's something that this car definitely needs to improve. Alright, we're just in DRS range. Since the update, AI seems to use medium or hard tyres most race weekends. No more than normal. I mean, the AI doesn't tend to push very often. Oh, we're going to drop out here. Damn it.
Mode push.
Copy.
We're going to get overtaken by Perez. Let's just go straight to harvest.
Charge on, please.
Copy.
I mean, it depends on the circuit as well. I mean, some circuits, you know, I can't believe we actually held off Perez there. Some circuits you find that the hard tyre just does not last at all, regardless of whether it was pre-patch or post-patch. COTA is one of those circuits. You want to try and save your hards and your mediums. It's ideally, for the best sort of strategic options, you want to have 2 sets of each for the race, because the hard tyres last about 13 laps at COTA, if that. The tyre deg is pretty high there for the soft tyres. They fall apart really quickly. But other circuits like Singapore, the soft tyres last 30 laps. What are you doing, Farah? You're understanding this a bit more after the last stream. Love that you can watch the whole race. Oh yeah, I love it. It's fantastic. I cannot stop playing this. Get a nice big charge again going into turn 1. Mick still pootling away. Let's get that battery fully charged.
Charge on, charge on.
Yeah, copy.
Got to be getting close to the weather. About 5 laps, maybe. Again, we don't have the best weather forecaster, so it could be a little bit further away. Verstappen's up front, he's on mediums, and Leclerc is also on mediums. I'm quite happy for those two to battle for the lead. Stop Sainz from potentially running away. I should put a point on Piastri's adaptability, as it's likely to rain in Singapore. It depends if I'm going to have a point. Plus, I think his adaptability is better than his tyres at the moment. Need to take that into consideration. Is that Bottas there?
So overtake is available if
in
you
front
need
of
it.
us?
Yeah.
Motor race.
It is. We're coming up to lap Bottas after just 12 laps. That's crazy. Well, yeah, it will be 12 laps by the time we catch up to him. What pace is he doing? 127.9s. We're 1.2 seconds a lap faster than him. So yeah, we'll be on him within the next couple of laps. Oscar's tyres are looking a bit beaten up. Just as well we've got a little bit of margin on them. Mixed tyres are looking a lot healthier. Stay within a second, stay within a second. Thank you. Okay, we're into the strategy window. Just waiting on that weather now. We're looking at moderate rain. Oh, there we go. There's the wet weather prediction. Yeah, we're looking at moderate rain in the next 6 minutes. It'll come quicker than that, I think. Potentially. Oh, Oscar's dropped out of range. Ah, damn it.
Load push.
Copy.
You've got to push through Ascari here just to make sure that we can get back in.
If you've got some margin, try to increase the pace a little bit.
Copy.
And look how quickly we're falling out of the margin. I don't think I can close that back. I can't. I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to let Perez overtake us and then try and stick with him. Hamilton and Gasly catching Mick. Well, no, Mick's holding about steady. The gap came down because I kept him on recharge to try and get his battery up to 100% for the start of a lap rather than at 60-70% for the start of a lap. Right, now I need to stay with Perez.
Red Bull gained a place.
Because otherwise you basically use up all of your braking recharge on the very first turn. So you can see Schumacher's gone through the first chicane now and he's used some battery, but he's still got loads that he can recover throughout the rest of the lap. It just distributes where that recharging happens across the lap rather than all in the first turn. It just means that I can start pushing towards the end of a lap and still have a pretty full battery by the time I get down to the turn one, rather than having, you know, less than half a battery already just going into the first chicane. Okay, this battling is not helping us close the gap.
Nice work.
HAAS with an overtake.
So you can see the gap to Hamilton and Gasly has gone back up to just over 2 seconds again. Rain's still 4 minutes away, according to the prediction. But it's next lap, according to our strategy. This is going to be interesting. Oscar's tyres are definitely starting to struggle a little bit now as well. And there's the rain. Okay, so, boxing. Anyone else boxing? No. Oh, the AI hasn't boxed yet. Okay, so this could work out very well for us.
Copy. Good entry.
Now everyone's coming out.
Copy.
Okay, 3.3 seconds. That's a slow stop. Come on, faster, faster, faster. 3 seconds. No, a little bit faster. And we got out ahead of Hamilton, and that's the important thing. Gonna go aggressive on the tyres. Stuck behind Joe. Come on, get out the way, Joe. Get out of the way! This was my chance to swoop into the lead. Go, 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 go.
Mode push.
Copy.
Okay, nice work.
And Russell holding up his teammate there.
Very good.
Oh, God, now got Ocon in the way. Get out of the way, Ocon. Let's go to your left.
With an overtake there.
Ah, come on. There goes my chance of taking the lead, I think.
Is that a new
He's
race
still blocking
position
him.
for
Come
HAAS?
on.
Good job.
Oh, this is killing us. Right, inside line. No. Oh, come on. Now the AI doesn't double stack, so Perez didn't pit either. We came out way behind. We lost out so badly with the traffic there. I had to get a new controller for your PS5 this day. The one you got with the console got the dreaded stick drift. Did you take it apart and clean it first? Because I started getting stick drift with my pad, and I took it apart, gave it a good clean, and that stopped it pretty much straight away. And it's been fine ever since. Right, that Bottas in front of me. There it is. Oh, some of the AI's gone straight to wets. Interesting. It's not wet enough for wets. The track's drying up a little bit. Leclerc's into the pits. Okay, so we are going to jump Leclerc and Perez. And anyone who's on wets is probably going to have to pit again and change to inters, because it's a way to go yet till it's full wet weather, and they're going to be so slow. Yeah, Gasly's pitting already. Look, getting rid of those wets. Ocon and Albon and Tsunoda, Latifi, Alonso will all do the same. There's Albon. Latifi's going to have to stay out because Williams don't double the stack. Ocon didn't pit. What about Alonso? Alonso didn't pit either. Unless that's... Oh, no, wait, that's Alonso in front of us. On track. He's way down the field. There's a really good video. I've got it bookmarked. change your privacy settings so I can message you on PSN, and I'll send you the link to the video, which was the step-by-step video I used when I cleaned out my controller. And I'll do that after the stream, if you remind me. But you need to change your privacy settings, because every time I try and send you a message, it won't let me. Alright, what are the gaps right now? We are a way off sights. But we are sitting nicely in third and fourth right now. The track's still drying up slightly. How are the tyres looking? Tyres are looking fine. Is that Alonso? Is he still not pitted? Wow, he's really committing to those wets. Or is that Ocon? It can't be Ocon. That's Alonso. Neither of the Alpines are pitting. They're destroying their race here. Even Latifi's pitting. Still, Alonso hasn't pitted. What is going on with Alpine? This is bizarre. Okay. 4.5 seconds behind Sainz. We should be 1 and 2. Well, we should definitely be leading this race, but we should probably be 1 and 2 in this race right now. That damn traffic just couldn't get through it. Track is still getting drier as well. It's not going to get wet enough for full wets for a long time. Mick's still pulling away from Hamilton. Marginally. Alpine must have the Ferrari strategist. Maybe. Who locked up? Wasn't one of my boys.
Is that a lockup?
Oh, it's Tsunoda.
Let's take a look at the replay. Now look at this.
Yuki being Yuki.
It was the AlphaTauri driver involved. And yes, that's the lockup.
He got away with that relatively easily. That could have been a lot worse.
It was a bitter blow for the team, and it may have really hurt their overall.
Yeah, I don't think it's really hurt their overall chances. Tsunoda was already pretty much not going to score any points today. That's the Williams getting out of the way for us. The blue flag treatment is definitely a lot better. Let's watch Bottas get passed by Mick here eventually. And we closed the gap a little bit to Sainz. I think we just dealt with the traffic a little bit better, maybe. Alpine's still not pitting. I don't know what's going on. I guess they're just waiting for the wets. But those wets are going to be ruined. Got to see what their tyre percentages are like. They're still looking after them. 90%. If that was us, those things would be overheating like crazy. As well as being slow. How many more laps have we got? We've still got another 6 laps till it's going to start getting really heavy. Alonso is now dead last. Wow. That's embarrassing. And we gained another 10th on Sainz. Leclerc has been catching Hamilton, just a second behind him now. Alright, thanks Mr. Watts. Alright, like I said, remind me towards the end of the stream, otherwise I may well forget. But yeah, I've bookmarked the video just in case I needed it again. Well, I know I'm going to need it again because at some point I need to clean out my second controller because that's got stick drift on the other stick. So I kept it specifically so I didn't have to go hunting for it again. Another lock-up. I think it's one of the McLarens.
Yellow head.
We can take a look now. Now look at this. Daniel Ricciardo involved here. Oh, and there's the lockup. That's the
There's that weird 90-degree glitch again. And we are still just ever so slowly creeping up onto the back of Sainz. This is good. I'm liking this. Now, if we get the another lockup. There's Yuki again.
Let's take a closer look. Now look at this. It was the Alpha Tauri driver involved. Well, they've locked up.
Could have been worse. If that had been the Williams at the back of that, that would have been all 3 of those cars taken. Am I still looking at Hugh Bird? Yes. But I can't approach anybody until after the race weekend. I was about to say something, and then we had the lock-up. What was I going to say? What was I talking about? I have no idea. Leclerc and Hamilton. Well, Leclerc's got past Hamilton. So he's now going to start edging up towards the back of Mick. Oh, I remember, yeah. If we can catch the weather just right again, and we make the pit for wet tyres at the right time, and that rain is starting to come back. It's not quite there yet, but if we can make the transition to wets at the right time, we could potentially jump the leaders here with Oscar. And maybe even bring Mick back into play as well. Look how far behind Alonso is now to Latifi. He's 50 seconds behind Latifi. Ocon's got to be almost down the back as well. Another lockup. Oh, it's a spin this time.
This yellow hat.
It's
Let's
Yuki
see what
again.
happened there.
God,
Look
he's
at this.
really having a
It was
bad
the
race.
AlphaTauri driver involved. What a spin out! The team are devastated. They'll be questioning just what happened out there.
I'll tell you what happened out there. Yuki Tsunoda is what happened out there. We're just 3 seconds behind Sainz. I'm going to pit this lap. I just get the feeling this is the lap to pit. I think by the time we get in and out the pits, it will be full wet weather. And it'll definitely be wet weather by the time Mick gets to the pits. It's almost there now.
Box. Copy, box.
And again, we've timed it better than the AI has.
Limiter on, please.
So, assuming we don't get held up horribly with traffic
Yeah,
again,
confirmed.
then we could jump into the lead, but we could get held up badly by the inter runners here. Hopefully they're all going to pit behind us, so we're only going to have 1 or 2 cars to deal with. There goes Perez. Right, so those lap times should, or those gaps should come down really quickly now. Yeah, we just took a second out of Perez. Mick's got past Vettel. Go on, straight up the inside. There we go. Good stuff.
HAAS with an overtake.
Okay, now we're going to jump Leclerc.
Okay, good job,
Depends
that's
who's going
one.
to pit first. Is it going to be Sainz or is it going to be Leclerc? It's probably going to be Sainz.
Is that a new race position for HAAS?
No, Sainz has stayed out. Verstappen has stayed out. Are they just staying on inters because they don't think the track's going to stay
Seems
wet
to have
for
been a
long
lockup.
enough? You think Alonso's out with the mothers and toddlers group? Oh no, it's a lockup. No. Ah, reset to track. Come on, reset to track.
And that's the lockup.
Yeah.
Here's
Reset
the
to track.
replay. Now just focus on...
Reset to track. Reset to track. Reset to track.
Let's take a look at the replay. Now just focus on the HAAS.
Oh, we just sat there for so long. We lost 20 seconds. Alright, let's watch Mick for a bit. There goes our chance of taking the lead. I was thinking to myself, okay, Oscar, just keep it clean, but I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to jinx him, and even thinking about it apparently jinxed him.
Keep this approach. Good job so far.
Oh, and it's drying out again already, look.
More push, more push. Copy.
It's already drying out.
Come on, you can do
Science
this.
is pitting now. Is this the lap he pits for wets? When the track is starting to dry again. There he is. Oh, that was so close to a crash. Just sailed past him. But he's on full wets.
Good job so far.
So hopefully Verstappen and Leclerc are going to pit this lap. Because they're still on inters.
HAAS with an overtake there.
Piastri's all over the back of Hamilton. He goes defensive, we go around the outside. We make the move stick.
Oh, big lock up there. We can take a look now. Let's take another look. There we have Joe. Just a bit too heavy on the brakes, and they've locked it.
Yeah, everyone locks up on turn 1, not turn 11.
Good job.
It's back to Mick. It says more rain in a couple of minutes. I'm not going to gamble just yet. Leclerc's pitting. Verstappen has stayed out. Okay, that gets Leclerc out of the way. It's stopped drying. It's getting wetter again. Oh, thank God. That's going to really help us reel in Verstappen now. And it's going to bring Piastri back into play. Why are we not closing on Verstappen? It's Verstappen, he's got to pit, surely. Surely he's going to pit. He's staying out! How is he this fast as well on inters? Lap times is he doing? He's doing 136s. He's 2 seconds a lap slower. Oh yeah, there we go. That's where he's going to struggle. The traction zones. And the track is getting wetter and wetter and wetter.
Mega job, mate.
Okay, Oscar got past Perez.
HAAS with an overtake.
What's going on with Perez? Why do you have such a slow... Oh, he's still on inters as well. I thought Perez had pitted for wets. Or did he pit for inters again? I've got to have a look. I've got to see what's going on there. Now that gap's coming down. There we go. It's absolutely plummeting now. Tyre history. Perez. No, he never went on to wets. He stayed on inters.
I think there's been a lock-up. Let's
Vettel,
take a closer
turn
look.
one.
Taking a look again, it involves Sebastian Vettel. Well, they've lost it. They've locked up.
He's got away with that. That could have been worse. It could have been an Oscar moment where he lost 15, 20 seconds. We only lost that much time because there was other traffic coming through. But the fact that we had to wait for that long is what's dropped him so far back. 13 seconds behind Schumacher. But Schumacher's only 13 seconds behind Verstappen now. So Verstappen's losing his... He's finally pitting. And the track is starting to dry again. He had to though. I mean, look, he was... By the time Mick got through to him, or got past him, the gap was down to 8.5 seconds. I think Piastri's going to get him here as well. He is. So we're running first and third right now. Is Hamilton going to get Verstappen? It's going to be close between those two. Hamilton got him. Perez is finally into the pits as well. Puts on a set of wets. That's ruined his race. And the track is drying, which is what we were expecting. It's going to have another little... It's not dipping enough for Inters, I don't think. We don't have the most accurate... weather forecasting, so I'm not entirely sure whether the track is going to stay dry like this or continue to dry, or if it is going to get very wet again. I think we're a little bit behind. I think we've just had that spike that's just about to come on the prediction there. So I think the track is going to hit that dry period. Is it going to dry enough for Inters, or do we stick it out on full wets? I'm going to calm the tyres down a little bit just to be on the safe side. Mick is also going to start recharging his battery. Oscar's going to keep pushing.
Charge on, charge on.
Yeah, copy.
But Mick Schumacher could be going for back-to-back wins here. He's got a Ferrari chasing him down on its home turf. Traffic in front. The track is starting to dry out. How much is it going to dry out? Is that you disappearing for a bit, Trucker? Alright, well, hopefully you get back in a bit. Okay, gap is 9 seconds. And we are lapping about half a second faster than Sainz. So we are gradually reeling them in. Sainz is definitely catching because we're harvesting. Oh, someone spun. Was that a Williams or an Alpha Tauri? Not an Alpha Tauri, sorry, an Alpine. It was an Alpine, it was Alpine.
Road race.
Copy.
See if we can just edge that gap back up a little bit again. Hopefully we can get through Stroll without losing too much time here as well. At least we don't have the spam bots here. Yeah, that's a good point. The sex bots are out there somewhere. We probably shouldn't mention them. We might accidentally summon them. Alright, so we got through. This site's going to get held up. No. Piastri's taken another half a second out of sights. Sights is actually lapping a little bit quicker than Mick. Well, that last lap was, we were still recharging on that last lap, that's why. It's pretty close between Sainz and Mick though. He's only lapping maybe a tenth faster than Sainz right now, I think. A tenth a lap. And there's Oscar. Just sneaking into the back of the shop there. Track definitely drying up. It is going to go back up again. Do I stick it out on these wets? We've got light rain for a while. It might be worth switching. Do I take the gamble? I mean, according to this, it's 12 minutes until we get moderate rain, which is going to push the water level back up. I think we might have to box for inters. I'm going to gamble and box Oscar first. I'll leave Mick out front until I know exactly what's going on with the weather. It's just whether I bring him in at the end of this lap or not. Let's set the pit stop up.
Box, box.
Copy, Bob.
Yeah, it's going to be drying off this lap. So we'll gamble on Oscar and then potentially bring Mick in next lap. Oh, no, 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 no! Damn it!
Okay, understood. Okay, was that on?
Ah, god damn it. Couldn't pause and cancel the stop. I think I've just ruined Oscar's race. Useless weather centre. I've got to bring Oscar back in.
So let's box this lap.
He's going to lose so much time from that double pit stop. But he might lose even more time if he stays out. I'm going to keep an eye and see. Oh, it's coming down again. I might just cancel the stop. We're in moderate rain now. Got light rain coming. Moderate rain again. I think I have to stop him. Yeah, look how much time he's losing. Everyone's just closing up on the back of him. Gonna have to just bite the bullet and make the stop again.
Entry.
Okay, understood. Give us on, please.
Yeah, there's that 1/10 of a second between Mick and Si. It's really close between those two at the moment. And it's getting wetter again. So yeah, bringing Oscar in was the right call. But it doesn't take away from the fact that we've destroyed his race by that rain just going straight back up the second we did. I'm glad I didn't bring Mick in and I took the gamble with Oscar. Otherwise we'd have lost the win. Right, it's full attack on these tyres.
Copy.
Try and claw some ground back. Really need to invest in a better weather centre. And here comes the uptick that we were expecting. Right, how far off is he? 1 minute 10 off Mick. Oof, it's almost a full lap. Oh god, yeah, look there. You can see it on track. He's a long way off, but he's going to be lapping very fast. I'm going to try and charge him up while I've got him on full push for the tyres.
Copy.
Given the inherent pace in our car compared to the cars that we're chasing, like Vettel, Gasly, Zhou, Ricciardo, Norris, we should close in on them pretty quickly, even without the ERS right now. And with fresh tyres, we'll have a little bit more grip than them as well. I mean, they're not that much fresher, but they are fresher. Okay, so the uptick still hasn't arrived. I thought, oh no, yeah, we're kind of in the uptick. 5 minutes to the moderate rain. Apparently. This is the problem with an underfunded weather centre, is that not only are your predictions not accurate, but the timing of the predictions can be off as well. And I don't know if that affects the weather forecast breakdown that you see where it says moderate rain, then light rain, then moderate. You know, I don't know whether that itself is, the timing on that is affected as well. I think it is. So you try and interpret it based on what's happening on track against what the prediction is, and sometimes it just doesn't behave the way it's predicted to anyway. And that's one of the things I really like about the change to the tyres that they've done, is they really have added that strategic element into it, that if you time it right, you're a hero. If you mess it up, you know, it goes horribly wrong. It really does add that extra element in. I mean, you saw what happened with the Alpines when they just stayed out. You saw what happened with Verstappen and Perez when they refused to come in for wet tyres and they stayed on the Inters. God knows what data they were working off that made them think that they were the right decisions to make, but Yeah, they stuck to their guns. Mick's got the gap back up to 1.6 seconds. It's good. He is still pulling away bit by bit. We are closing on Joe. And next up will be Russell. And we have the pace to pass Russell. Yeah, we're getting to
overtaking's available if you need it.
We're getting to the point where I think I can start pushing mixed tyres a bit harder again.
More push. Copy.
Because I think we're getting to the downward spiral. Well, not the downward spiral, the downward tick.
They've gone wide!
Sonoda's gone wide
Let's have a
again.
look.
What is
Now
going
let's
on
look
with
at this.
Yuki?
The focus on Sonoda. They're forced wide.
He's having the worst race ever. Oh man, look at all that traffic. You got Gasly, Ricciardo, Vettel, Perez, all in a short little train. Then you got some lap cars in there as well. My God, that's a lot of cars to get through. Where the tyres were before the update, it was way too easy. Yeah, exactly, 100%.
Charge off.
Copy.
Right, do we have one final roll of the weather dice, or is this the moment when it starts going to inters? Someone's gone. Is that a yellow flag for being lapped, or is that a yellow flag for? No, someone's gone wide.
They've locked up and gone
It's
straight
Norris
on.
now.
Let's see what happened there. Now just take a look at the McLaren.
And it's turn
And
1,
there's
not
the
turn
lock-up.
11.
It almost got...
Okay, it's one less car that we have to overtake. Just jumping out the way for us quite nicely there. Hopefully I'm not going to need the overtake, but I'm going to use it anyway. Oh, sends him a dummy. Sells him a dummy, sends him the wrong way. And cruises on through. Beautiful move there.
Okay, good job, that's one.
Is that a new race position for HAAS?
Yes, it is, and it was a beautiful move. And the track is drying again. I think we are on the downward tick now. Gonna box for inters at the end of this lap. Someone's locked up again. May as well go for a brand new set of inters. Who locked up this time?
Sounds like someone's locked up. Let's take
Latifi,
a look
turn
at the
1,
replay.
not turn
Now
11.
let's look. We're watching Nicholas Latifi. That lockup could have cost them dearly.
It's getting wetter again. What is going on? We're in the moderate rain now, apparently. Okay. So cancelled the stop. Three seconds to Russell. Oh man, look at all that traffic in front. We are running out of laps. But Oscar's going to get back in the points. The Alpine's going to get out of the way of us. So's the Williams. Thank you. That's Russell, just going round into the first Lesmo. There's a car in front of him. I think it's another Williams, I think it's Latifi. Is he going to clear Latifi before Ascari? No, he's not. Mick's reaching the point where I'm going to have to ease off on the fuel burn.
Save fuel. Okay.
I know we haven't really focused on Mick despite him having the lead, but there's nothing for him to do apart from just keep doing what he's doing. It's Oscar that we need to micromanage right now to get him back into the points. And the track's getting wetter again. What is going on with this weather today? Okay, just a second behind Russell. And then we're 9 seconds behind Vettel. I don't know if we're going to catch them.
Mode push.
Copy.
Let's get past Russell as quick as we can. Sells him a dummy. Go to the inside, get him under braking into Ascari. Fantastic move. And the track is getting wetter again. This track should be into weather by now. Right,
HAAS with an overtake
8
there.
seconds to go to catch Vettel. And we are lapping significantly faster than Vettel, so we're going to catch him. Look at this weather, it's crazy. 7 mil. That's the highest it's been the entire race. It's still going up. Alright, full wets to the end then by the look of it. Someone's locked up again.
And that's the lockup.
It's Vettel.
Here's the replay. So this was the Aston Martin. Oh, and there's the lockup. That's the last thing they'll have wanted.
Ah, barely a lockup.
And the team had...
Could have locked up and crashed into the back of Ricciardo. That would have helped us. You're absolutely flying at the moment, though. We are already 1.7 seconds ahead of Russell. Running out of battery. Either that will shoot the weather forecaster. Yeah, I think we'll just upgrade the sensor. We need Michael Fish. British viewers of a certain age will know exactly who I'm talking about. Alright, we're out of battery. Into neutral. Perez is a real possibility. If we can keep this pace going, but beyond that, yeah, 7th is the best we're going to get with Oscar. Unless we get a safety car to close the field right up. And then given how spaced out the field is, who knows? Yes, Colin, I remember. I'm just remembering the song. John Ketley is a weatherman, oh weatherman, oh weatherman. John Ketley is a weatherman, and so is Michael Fish. That just popped in my head. That's why I referenced Michael Fish. It just popped in my head, and I couldn't. It's just been rattling around in there for the last few minutes. Alright, 5 seconds to Vettel. He and Ricciardo are together, and there's another 3.5 seconds, 4 seconds up the road to Perez. What's Perez doing lap time wise? 139s. Yeah, we don't have the battery anymore, which is not good, but we're still lapping significantly faster. 1.6 seconds. Is that Yuki? Yeah, it's got to be Yuki, it's not Gasly. I don't think we're going to get Perez. I think Vettel and Ricciardo is our limit here. Gotta watch out for Mick. Let's do a push lap with Mick. Science is starting to close. Vettel just overtook Ricciardo. Okay, they're fighting each other. That's good. We are closing that gap. Every time they battle, they slow themselves down. 2 seconds faster than them in that lap. And they're going to go side by side into turn 1. And just like that, we're on them. Alright, let's calm the battery down, Mick. We might need that. Gap back up to 1.5 seconds.
5 laps to go.
Track's starting to dry again. But I think everyone's going to stay on wets to the end now. Ian McCaskill for you. Oh god, yeah, I remember the Ian McCaskill. Those sweaters and those glasses. And that slightly wacky hair. No! Ooh, I thought that was Oscar running wide then. He did run wide, but it could have been a lot worse.
Car run wide. We
Russell
can take a
running
look
wide.
now. Now, just watch the Mercedes here. They've taken...
Come on, we're so close. 4 laps left after this one. We can at least get 8th place.
Charge on.
Copy.
And just like that, we're there. Got a little bit of battery in the
We
tank.
have 4 laps to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Perez has just taken off now. 8 seconds ahead. He's caught right up to Gasly. So this is it. This is the biggest battle on track right now. And we're involved. I think we've got Vettel already. Yeah, we got Vettel.
We are P9.
Going 3 wide down the main straight.
HAAS with an overtake.
Side by side, we've got Ricardo. Can we get the traction?
Okay, good job. That's one.
Yes, we have. Good job. Good job, Oscar.
We have 3 laps to go.
Is that a new race position for HAAS?
Oh no!
Let's take a closer
Oscar!
look. Now just focus on the HAAS. Look at that! They spun their car.
All that hard
That's
work.
going to be a big blow to the team. Will they be able to recover? We'll see.
At least we're still ahead of Russell. There is Russell. Oh man. It's not beyond the realm of possibility that we can actually catch these guys again, but how is Alonso not last? Because he's not driving a Williams. Oscar, you plonker. Well, at least we've got some battery. I think I'm going to make the, if I'm going to catch them and make the move, it's going to happen on the very last lap. He was 50 seconds behind them, yeah, but he's driving an Alpine, which is ridiculously good compared to a Williams.
So most likely no more rain coming.
Copy.
And that's it, it's the end of the rain. I'm going to have to push now before the tyres
Road push.
reach the
Copy.
point where they really don't like the lack of water on track. Late drama in the race. Back to a second gap. Track's getting drier and drier. I want to get past these guys before it dries out completely. Or at least before it gets into the weather. Where was this in the weather forecast? Well, let's take a look. It's way higher than it was. It didn't predict that extra spike towards the end. It was supposed to keep going down and it spiked up again. Alright, make the move, come on. There we go, that's the move on Ricciardo. Can we get Vettel as well in this? We've still got 2 laps to go because he's not a lap down.
Remember, watch fuel.
Crap.
Last lap.
Alright, there we go. Oscar gets past Ricciardo. Someone's run wide. Is it Yuki again?
Was that a lock-up on the track?
No, it's Latifi again. Locking up on turn 1 again.
HAAS with an overtake there.
Alright, going to go around the outside into Ascari here. Oh, no. Vettel closes the door. Another run wide. He's gone wide this time. Latifi again. Turn 3 now. What's going on with Latifi? I've got to look at this.
Now let's look. We're watching Nicholas Latifi. It's a lock-up, and that could be costly.
Cost him his position to Albon. I mean, the very fact that he was ahead of Albon is impressive, but... Another driver lock. Is this another lock-up? Is this Latifi again? Or is that just a message from the last lock-up? I think it's just a message from the last one. Alright, come on Oscar, you can do this.
What was the line?
Oh, excellent job, Mick. We will cut back to that in a second. Let's give him his moment.
Let's see what happened there. And it's first place for Schumacher.
Back-to-back wins for Mick Schumacher.
The perfect end to what has been a thrilling race.
I definitely want to re-sign Mick. We'll be a bit more generous with the contract next time we make the offer. Alright, we've got the move here on Vettel. We've got the inside line for the chicane. We're up to 8th, don't spin.
With an overtake.
No more rain coming. Going to dry now. Okay.
Driver of the day, absolutely. Although you could make an argument that Yuki gets driver of the day for spinning that many times and not putting it in a wall. He's had a horrible weekend, you know, engine penalty, well, grip place penalty at the start of the race, and then multiple spins, and running wide. Latifi's had a nightmare as well. And there we go, Oscar gets 8th place. We managed to rescue 8th. Whew, what a race. What a race. For so long it looked as though that was going to be Oscar's race, and then we screwed up his strategy, and then he threw it away with a lock-up on turn 1 that cost him 15 seconds or so. And then he had the spin. He just got himself back into 8th, he spun and went straight back down to 10th again. Well, we got him back up to 8th. We got him a few points. And it's just been a glorious race for Mick. He's kept his nose clean. He's just gone about his business nice and quietly in the background. And
A podium is a real feat, and it's been accomplished in style.
And that's back-to-back wins. And I think that's 4 wins for the team now, 2 for each driver. Could have been a 1-2. Yeah, it could have been a 1-2. It should have been a 1-2,
and it really
really.
comes as no surprise to see the Schumacher name up in lights. But there we have all 3 drivers that are taking home the silverware, along with the most valuable points. This is a good result for HAAS, more than enough to satisfy the whole team.
I agree, this was all very impressive, and it's obviously the work of a solid, well-run team.
That's right, and they finished the race weekend in 3rd place in the constructor standings.
Meet us next at the Marina Bay Circuit for a breathtaking race through the streets of Singapore.
So there we go, a win for Mick, up 5 places off the start. Oh, we were so close to the fastest. Oh no, that's Sainz. No, we were only a couple of tenths off fastest lap. And that was at the start, obviously, before the rain came. We had some real pace at the start with Oscar. So Leclerc still leads the Drivers' Championship. He has 3 wins. Carlos Sainz in 2nd with 2, a point behind his Max. 6 wins, but he's dropped to 3rd in the standings. Not a good race for him. Perez, 1 win to his name, is in 4th. Oscar in 5th. Doesn't gain any points on him. He actually drops 4 points to Perez with his. Well, he has 1 win. Lewis, just the 1 podium still, picks up 10 points. Closes in a little bit on Oscar. Mick with 25 points. That's his 3rd win of the season. He's had 3 podiums and all 3 of them have been wins. That's a hell of a hit rate. Big gain on Hamilton there, and big jump away from Bottas as well, who failed to score. That penalty that he had that dropped him out of the top 10 at the start really hurt him this weekend. Into the constructors. Ferrari extend their gap by 8 points over Red Bull. So the gap is now 49 points. We are comfortably in 3rd, a long way ahead of Mercedes. Pulled out another 19 points on them, so we are now 68 points clear. It's looking very pretty, but we're a long way off those 2. Those 2 are going to be duking it out for the title. We're not even going to be anywhere near the constructors, but we've got 7 podiums, 4 wins. That's mighty impressive. We get a point for Mick, a point for Logan. Mick had an exceptional race. So did Oscar. Despite his mishaps, he was rated exceptional. And obviously Logan just pootling around in FP1. In terms of driver bonuses, we pay out 70 grand to our drivers, our sponsors. We didn't get the fastest lap, but it was an incentive, not a guarantee. We didn't actually set any guarantees. I must have forgotten to do it. And then sponsor base rate payout means that we gain 3.4 mil at the end of the weekend. Very nice. So, let's see. Where do we want to put Mick's point? I'm thinking cornering. Yeah, I'm going to put it in cornering. He's still not willing to talk to us for a little while. Probably have to wait a month. We shouldn't have lowballed him, really. Oscar, no point. Point for Logan. Logan's tyre wear isn't great, but I'm going to put a point into his cornering. Let's take a look at our staff. Simone Resta, his contract is expiring in less than 3 months. We should probably go ahead and renew that. He is a very good technical chief. We are going to replace Mr. Melvin with somebody a little bit better. And then Yorn. His pit crew management's great, but his feedback rating is not good. Ed is, you know, he's a great communicator, but he's disastrous everywhere where we actually need him to be good. So it's no longer a race weekend. Let's see if we can get the guys that we want. Let's go by rating. Hugh Bird still not interested. Chris Hayes is another one we could think about. He is also not interested. Where is Josh? And Josh is still not interested either. He still has a negative outlook towards a team that is third in the Constructors' Championship and has just won its 4th race of the season. Screw you, Josh. Okay, head of aero. Yeah, we do need to look at head of aero. Who is out there? We are scouting Diego Tondi. He's not interested, but maybe at the end of the season we can get him. Hello. Aldo Grassi. Scouts are busy, so I can't scout him. But he's definitely someone to think about. We know how good Dickon is, because we've got him on our Williams file. I know how good Alessandro is because I've used him before. Jared Murphy's not that good, really. Dirk De Beer's not bad, but he's 59. He's knocking on a bit. Enrico is fantastic, but Diego, it says 61. He's actually 41. That should theoretically change when we get the staffing data back. I think it was an error in the base game code that had him at 61. He's in the new patch. He's 40, not 60. So, and technical chief. Yeah, we've got the 3rd best technical chief on the grid. Let's try and sort his contract out now. We want to keep this guy. We want to keep him. Let's actually offer him a slight pay cut. See if I can get him a little bit cheaper. And we'll give him a lump sum bonus. $400,000. Okay, he wants a little bit more cash, which is understandable. Offer him 2.75. And there we go. So we got him a little bit cheaper. And we shall renew that contract. Oh, wow, wind is really whipping up. It's rattling the blinds on my windows. Do we have any points to spend, by the way? No, we don't. We've done all those guys. I still want to re-sign Mick. Okay, so let's take a look at our warehouse. We've got 5 front wings. We're pretty good on car parts right now. What do we have in development? Research, it's still 2 months away for both. When's the next testing period come to an end? We've just started a testing period, so it's going to be there. and then research for the rear wing completes there, and then the week after, somewhere there, 2 weeks later, we get our other research. We do have more technical regulations changing by the look of it. Oh no, car development's locked. So we have to make sure that before this point we've started all of our final research. Let's take a look at our facilities quickly. I want to check the car facilities. Design centre, I would really like to be able to get that up, but we don't have the money for it. I just want to unlock that third team. It'll really help with research. We won't have that for this season, but we will have it for next. Team Hub and Race Simulator upgrading. Alright, let's go to emails. Board are all very happy. No retirements as well, yeah. Financial changes. So, we voted against the changes. I forget what the proposed changes were, but we voted against them, and enough teams voted against them as well. So I think that was to reward the top teams with more money. Yeah, it was. It was to give the top teams more money. And that has not passed. Good. So, let's skip on a little bit. So we have some information on Jack Crawford. Let's take a look at his profile. He's 17, he's an F3 driver, so we can't sign him yet. But that's some potential to work with. He's pretty average across the board, but he's obviously got high growth potential. He hasn't got any horrendously bad stats in the first two sections. Obviously his defending's not great, but these are the areas to work on first. You know, these two sections here: cornering, braking, reactions, accuracy, control, and smoothness. They're the ones that you want to work on first, and they're all pretty decent. And he's going to get better over the next season as well. So we'll get to the point where we promote Logan into the car in a year or two's time. And then Jack would become our new reserve driver to replace Logan in that role. That is kind of the plan. Okay, he still doesn't want to talk to us. It's going to be a while, I think, unfortunately. Okay, so we are up to Marina Bay, Singapore. Good stuff. So this will be our next HAAS race. We might come back to HAAS on Friday. We're going to be going back to Williams again tomorrow. But Friday I might jump back in and do the Singapore Grand Prix. If I actually no, let's do that. So Mondays and Fridays will be our HAAS days, and then we'll do Williams on the other days of the week. and then next Monday we can do the Japanese Grand Prix right after the Japanese Grand Prix. That'll be fun. So we shall leave it here. It's been another great little run tonight. Another win for the team. Back-to-back wins for Mick. And we are sitting very nicely in third place in the Constructors now. Comfortably ahead of Mercedes. Actually, I want to check the board. I think we might have already achieved our long-term objective. Yes, we have. Why are they disappointed on finances? Oh, we had that debt back in July when we bought all those spare engines and gearboxes and everything for Austria. We went quite heavily into the red for that, but we're looking quite healthy financially right now. So we will try and get the design centre upgraded as our next big facility upgrade. We've got some research coming due in a couple of months, so we haven't got to worry about spending money on that. So we can just basically work on making sure our design facilities and CFD and stuff are as high as possible, ready for next season, and then just throw as much money into, well, as much upgrading work into the car as we possibly can in time for next season's car. So yeah, good place for us to end this particular stream. We'll be back with Williams tomorrow, and then Wednesday and Thursday. Friday I'll be back with more HAAS. And then Monday we'll do HAAS again to do the Japanese Grand Prix after the actual race, and see how ours differs from reality. I'm guessing it's going to be very, very different. Yeah, it'll be a fun one. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager 2022 very soon.